Hello, kids! Welcome back to Delson and House. Today, I have an exciting story to share with you about a thrilling journey through ancient Egypt. So, grab a comfy seat and get ready to join Delson and House as they uncover the secrets of Tutankhamun's tomb. Let's dive right in. The Fantastic Adventures of Tutankhamun. Delson was reading a book, enjoying a quiet afternoon with his best friend, House. Suddenly, a strange light flashed from Delson's backpack. He quickly opened the bag to find his watch glowing.
House, I think it's time for another adventure.
He put on the watch and set off into the unknown.
Egypt! Oh my goodness! House! It's Egypt! A land steeped in history and culture, with thousands of years of civilization. This is so cool!
Delson and House checked into a small inn, ready to begin their adventure. At dawn the next day, they began their journey to the Valley of the Kings, the resting place of ancient Egyptian pharaohs. They were exhilarated at the thought of exploring these ancient tombs. Following a winding path into a hidden valley, they arrived at a low, unassuming entrance, covered in rock and sand, and surrounded by towering stone walls.
It's Tutankhamun.
Unlike the Grand Pyramids, this tomb had a modest exterior. Inside, the walls were adorned with hieroglyphs and murals depicting Tutankhamun's life and his protection in the afterlife. Delson and House ventured into the tomb, navigating narrow, winding passages with smooth stone walls. The air was thick with an ancient aroma as they proceeded cautiously. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a hidden stone door, covered in mysterious hieroglyphs. Delson decided to push the door open. Beyond the door lay a dimly lit chamber, with a massive golden sarcophagus at its center. The ornate sarcophagus, adorned with intricate carvings, showcased the exquisite craftsmanship of ancient Egypt. As Delson gently touched the sarcophagus, the room's lights flickered on, and the hieroglyphs on the walls began to glow. The lid of the sarcophagus slowly opened, revealing a young figure.
Who are you? Why have you come here?
Asked the young pharaoh.
I am Delson, and this is my friend House. We are here to explore ancient Egyptian history.
The pharaoh smiled faintly.
I am Tutankhamun. Welcome to my tomb. Would you like to hear a story?
Absolutely. We love stories.
Tutankhamun began to tell his story.
Around 1332 BC, I was only 9 years old. My father, Akhenaten, was a pharaoh who initiated religious reforms. After I ascended the throne at 9, I restored traditional religious practices and polytheism based on public opinion.
Tutankhamun continued his tale, his voice echoing through the chamber.
I passed away at the tender age of 18, which has led to much speculation among archaeologists about the circumstances of my death. They are also intrigued by my wife, Ankhesenamun, and are still searching for her tomb. My tomb remained undisturbed for 3,000 years, filled with treasures and artifacts that showcased the splendor of ancient Egyptian civilization. In 1922, nearly 5,000 burial items were unearthed, making it one of the most significant discoveries in Egyptian archaeology. The most notable artifact is a stunning golden mask, a perfect representation of ancient Egyptian artistry and craftsmanship.
As they ventured further, the room's atmosphere grew heavier. Delson felt a chill run down his spine, sensing a mysterious presence surrounding them.
Some say my tomb is cursed. Those who intrude will face misfortune.
Could you tell us more about this curse?
There's a warning in my tomb. Death's wings will swiftly come to those who disturb the Pharaoh's peace. After Howard Carter and his team opened my tomb in 1922, strange and unfortunate events began to plague some members of the excavation team. For instance, Lord Carnarvon, who funded the excavation, died of an infection shortly after the tomb was opened. Remarkably, his dog reportedly died at the exact same time. Several other members of the excavation team also passed away within a few years under mysterious circumstances. But these are merely unexplained coincidences. The inscription on my tomb reads, "I have seen yesterday, I know tomorrow."
I've read about the judgment in ancient Egyptian afterlife beliefs. Could you tell me more about it?
Of course. In ancient Egypt, death was not the end but a preparation for rebirth and eternal life. The deceased were mummified to preserve their bodies for use in the afterlife. To achieve eternal life, they had to pass a test by Osiris, the god of the underworld. Upon reaching the afterlife, the deceased were judged by their hearts, which were placed on one side of a scale against a feather on the other. Only those whose hearts were lighter than the feather could enter eternal life and reunite with their bodies. Now, my curious children, I must rest, and you should return home.
As night fell, Delson and House bid farewell to Tutankhamun. This adventure had given them deep insights into Tutankhamun's history and the truth behind the tomb's curse. On their way home, Delson said to House,
This adventure was amazing. Don't you think?
House wagged his tail happily. Delson and House knew that more adventures awaited them, filled with mysteries and wonders to uncover. They eagerly looked forward to their next journey. Thank you for joining us on this exciting adventure. We can't wait to see you next time as we continue exploring this amazing world with Delson and House. Until then, keep your sense of wonder alive and your spirit of adventure strong. Bye-bye.